Maybe. Maybe. I don't check my phone stuff this morning. Yeah.
Okay, the other nationals then, they get the no. Oh, okay. Travel like they come up from. Okay, this have
We just kind of say class, and there we proceed.
Well, not go round now, okay.
So it's like if incoming passengers, I have forced them to go and go into
So don't go round.
Camera irritates them.
Yes, sir.
Same process, Subhana. Same process, Subhana.
Like add for the producer, add for the name, nationality, and something about the address and the temperature.
Also, if you don't fall, Paul, let's feel it. Doctor, you got one you go.
So like
From same way we don't just look up.
Well, you know how to use that.
They send for ambulance.
But if you isolate person, you also get for each
Yeah,
If you did inside the possibility for that escape, very slick. But I get for pass.
Or you pass so people and they are back in the city.
And this, when they make them back, electric people are not good. But they're always a mistake. One or two times.
network is effective.
No, not to not to. Because then a trampoline, they get life years. Like this, you don't know.
Exactly.
You don't know, yes, yes.
Rain and everything.
Yeah, so
You know, from Ebola to up to now.
yeah, it's a regular correspondent.
So, now we take note of that.
I'm going to with any sick person or disease person who don't die. Not allow for pass, we not produce, get certificates. So the head document they all will keep there. Get certificates. Yes.
Not the photocopy.
Yeah, now photocopy the key. Then we allow that and food. So we can count food clearance certificates.
If they pass with also person maybe down the way, like cops, and I can get clearance from the CMO for me before they, or permission from the ministry before them.
Yeah,
they come with the cops inside.
When they get done, yes.
Because there is a procedure where if you bring cops into the country, even on the other possibilities, you get one particular clearance which is medical officer specify how them for being the cops. Yes.
Normally, I don't see it.
Still
So like now.
Oh, visitors, okay.
So like for the traveler, like every Sunday, I can send them reports. And number of traveler pass.
Oh, yes. We can see that exposure on API.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, very good actually.
Yeah, but again,
So we don't fall that to Christian. say very soon you get that. And go through this get to other things when the sample of your card for the use. So that progress live out every night.
Especially the people that have seen any but now it's
So when I present that benefits, yes, we will be friends. How many kilometers we reach at one, just one.
And sometimes the treatment of the French people. That's the way they get out of my
experts is when they start seeing it. Okay, I make long with you to France and sensitization. When I mean the technical side,
Head of the portrait unit, Multimedia custom post. Well, at the head of the unit, you oversee different operations. Some of the operations that we do here at the POE for screening of travelers coming into and out of the country. That's one. Two, do take record of all these documents coming from a disease, let me say, a disease from Guinea to Sierra Leone, to Guinea. Before crossing with that disease, you must produce authentic test certificates before you cross. And moreover, we check for food certificates, especially for food coming from Sierra Leone to Guinea. When you can give us a photocopy of the food safety certificate from national, allow them to proceed. Because we make the environmental and sanitation during frontier areas. Also do surveillance along the cross-border areas. Like I have 2 bikes. Normal routine, we do table bike, monitor the different consequences along the terrain. Those are some of the operations.
You must be going.
One, staff capacity. We have those crossing points, and we're not able to manage all those crossing points. We have about 83 crossing points in the Gambia and the Swiss. And the staff capacity are 2. That's one of our great challenges. Because we're not able to monitor all the different crossing points. For example, sick people. And most of these people, they don't normally pass through the mail. They use this other routes to come into account. Of course, yeah. For the logistics side, I have no problem. We are working capacity. Support from the MOHS. Very simple. Well, one like for other consequence, I made the stage of the community focus, engage them, reporting any unusual sickness they see along the border, and that I've successful in that area. Right now, they're giving updates. I do call on them. At times when there's any strange, they should call on me to go and confirm that area. I want to say I'm successful in that area. Because previously it was very difficult to manage. It's very simple for me. And with the support of the bikes that are given to official bikes, operations are very much cordial now. The other staffs, associations, and I work with their counterparts. It's difficult, but we know as we are, because these are people that are very much arrogant. Some are very much arrogant, especially when they come in. For example, the screening area, when we add them to those, to this screening, at times almost going to blow with us. But with the help of the military and the police, they do come to our aid so that they can support the screening exercise to go successfully. In that area of screening, they are very much damaged. Every day we do our hand washing. That one, since the outbreak of Ebola started, that one, they have not yet put a stop to it. Every now and then we do it. Although our counterpart there, they are not doing it anymore because they said that since Ebola is gone, so we have no time for that. But for us, we practice that every day.
Your message to viewers?
Well, I just want to ensure the viewers that the IPC and the POER is going on, and whenever travelers come in and out, when they ask if to come for screening, just come, do your screening, and proceed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I expect to sign up content at the open now borders, Leone border complex. Well, we work now, we there for help the people them who they pass, who they go and come, we check them, make sure say we check the particulars, make sure say we check them particulars, check them passports if you good, we check the begin them passport or anyone who get ID card, school ID card, we check them, make sure say na in mama the good in the way they go out for child trafficking. Now we there for. Well, real challenges. They can't check with. They say we they work with people there. They push people there. They take the money, but no. Also that's what they have. Challenges with hotels. They need some rubber them buckets, so they go there, people the toilets and they use the toilet, public, all the passenger they come in and they use the toilet, so they need all them things. And they say to pamper them, they make sure say they tell them, say let not look with police as bad people or hotel. All the work now for one go, hotel, police, custom, all the work together. But let bad people will not go enter.
My name is Thomas, Health Education Manager and Communication Lead for the Ministry of Health and Sanitation. We are here to do a quick assessment of the point of entry, I mean the border crossing points, and we are here in Balamuya check border crossing point, that is the crossing point between Sierra Leone and the Guinea border. We are specifically here to look at the health concern. We are here to look at the point of entry. When I say point of entry, I mean point of entry and exit. That is the border between Sierra Leone and Guinea at Balamuya in Gambia. For the Ministry of Health, our primary objective is to look at health security, which is linked to global health security and emergencies. So we looked at the process of what we call the infection prevention and control. That is hand washing, whether it's in place. We also looked at screening, looking at certain things that we do, like taking the temperature and looking at physical screening to ensure that we do not allow passengers or travelers who are ill to come in without necessary health interventions. We also looked at not functional at the moment, and also we looked at what we call the vaccination, international vaccination card, because according to IHR standard, I mean international health regulations, any traveler coming in must produce that card because there are certain vaccinations, especially immunization, cholera and the like, according to the country you are coming from, that we are also looking. And we also ensure that people should not be using these cards just as documents, but to ensure that they actually administer the vaccines to them so that they do not get what we call false sense of protection. So these are some of the issues we looked at. But our coming here today also serves as a motivation to our colleagues here from the Ministry of Health and other colleagues, because we are here to look at what is going on well, what is not going on well, and also to look at ways in improving, what they are doing, and also to add value to what they are doing. Because the primary objective of this is to protect lives, to save lives, to promote health, and even to alleviate suffering. So that is why we are here today.
So what are you going to do with findings you've got from this trip?
The findings that we got, we will make sure that when we go, we channel to the appropriate authorities so that we can take action. So for instance, we noticed that the thermal camera, that is what they use for taking temperature to ensure that the passengers are all right, is not functional. So our recommendation is to the ministry is to make sure that we replace that thermal camera. We also noticed that the isolation unit is obsolete now because it's obsolete because it has gone through a lot of the elements like the weather for a very long time, since maybe 2014 when we had the Ebola. So we have to change the whole isolation unit and get a new one, and also to train people who will be manning this isolation unit. So even when there are no patients or clients at that isolation unit, they should be from time to time doing drills or simulation exercise to keep them abreast with current trends in isolation procedures. And also for the IPC, that is the hand washing part of it. It's also important there are hand washing stations, and we are also trying to talk to the personnel here so that people will be using these hand washing stations to wash their hands, because that is, it will prevent a lot of problems, especially those problems that are associated with disease and even the dissemination of different diseases. My message to viewers is that they should be very compliant, with health, and safety officials when they are crossing through the borders, because we are trying to protect people. Because according to IHR standards, we are looking diseases knows no border. So people actually can spread diseases through trade and travel. And because this is an international border, we are trying to make sure that we do all what is necessary to prevent, the spread of diseases.
Oh, okay. I'm saying along.
I'm Muke Kenneth Fambule, the Public Health Emergency Manager, Minister of Health, under the Directorate of Health Security and Emergencies. Okay. And I currently manage the program on public health emergencies. That is my current job I do at the Ministry of Health. So actually, we came to visit this cross-border assessment of our border, how they manage and our port health. And we all know diseases are either domestic or internationally imported into our countries. And following the Ebola, the government, through its partnership with the international community and other international goodwill and members, they've done a lot to ensure that our borders are kept safe so that people don't import communicable diseases in our country. And that is exactly what we came to assess at the border this morning at Balamuya, that it can be a border which borders Sierra Leone and Guinea. And our assessment so far is that we saw some positives, but there are also challenges. And some of the positives are that we can even say that our own cross-border activity in terms of port health is more robust than the Guinean. And we saw the wash hand activities still ongoing, although not at optimal as we want to see. And we also did see that the port health officers do know actually what they are doing with respect to international health regulations, which mandate all countries to ensure that their borders are safe. And we also did see the collaboration between the port health guys and the other authorities, specifically the police, the RSLAF, and the other government MDAs, the NRA. And they are working amicably. They have a well-kept office and they have well-kept documents. And the head of the communication and health education unit of the ministry did even look through their data and did see that they are actually keeping some data, although not at optimal again, but there are some positives within it. And the challenges we did see is, of course, the leftover of the Ebola, I could say remnants, what we normally call the temporary isolation unit, is dilapidated, and the government need to come on board and ensure that that particular one is salvaged. And of course we have photos and graphic photos of it, and we have advised the higher authorities to ensure that it happens. Then another challenge we see is that of course we all see the Gambia border is a vast area. The Ministry of Health hasn't got all of the staff to man those crossing, so there are these volunteer guys which we need to see how they can be incentivized. Incentives can be provided to them by whatever means, or be incorporated into the ministry if the recruitment procedures or protocols do allow, because based upon resources availability. So those are some of the issues we did see from positive and negative side.
What will be your
my
message?
message to viewers is that we maintain and revamp from this level where we are currently. And we ensure that, for example, items that are broken down like a camera, which is a very critical component of port health cross-border screening process, is repaired, or new ones will partner with our international partners to ensure that it is bought. But then we ensure that the colleagues who are working within this cross-border area work together to ensure that the Ministry of Health succeeds in ensuring that communicable diseases do not come into our country. I think that is my message.
Idea get an occurrence outbreak of West Africa, and we also monitor the trend Sierra Leone. So we decide to come to get first-hand information from getting at the situation with regards to Lassa prevention and even treatment, and how we go on with Lassa prevention and treatment, and if we get any challenges, make a note to one meeting highlight some potential our best for managing the situation since this is a specialized area, for the whole country. So I very family to people how we manage the last program of the country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harold. Dr. Donald Grant, currently in charge of the Lassa Fever program and also overseeing health service delivery in Kenema as a district medical officer. So the Lassa Fever unit is one of the units under the direct supervision of the Ministry of Health and here standing and also Ministry of Health official. So we have different components in the Lassa Fever unit. We have the clinical component, which deals with handling or management of patients, and we also have the outreach unit. It deals with sensitization in the community because we have to know that Lassa fever is a public health disease and it's of public health importance. We also have the laboratory component. There they do the diagnostics for Lassa fever, and we also have research component that are ongoing and the administrative component. So in our routine, whenever we have suspected cases, we are notified, and we go there. We have ambulance services in place, dedicated ambulance services that can go anywhere in Sierra Leone to pick up suspected cases or samples that are sent to our facility. And in this facility, testings are done through the support of Ministry of Health and our partners like Leone University. In the past, diagnosis of Lassa fever samples have to be collected and sent out of Sierra Leone, which will take a couple of weeks. Now we have the capability in country to do such diagnosis within 3 to 4 hours through a PCR. And also there is availability of a rapid diagnostic test kit that could be used bedside. And this is also what could be used on outreach services. So those facilities are there for quick diagnosis of patients. And so once we have a patient that comes in as a suspected patient, we have a holding center where they are kept whilst they are being evaluated and the test is being run. If there is a confirmation that this patient is positive, such a patient is now transferred to the Lassa fever ward. This is currently our existing structure, and which is about 14 beds, 7 rooms in beds in 2. And this was an administrative building, but that has been converted to a Lassa ward for decades now. But through the support of partners and the Ministry of Health also, there is already a newly constructed Lassa ward, which is about 50 beds. It's one of its kind in West Africa. You see it nowhere in West Africa, of which we are proud that these are some of the supports and some of the great strides being made by the Ministry of Health. So here patients are being managed. We do have supportive treatment that are given, and we also use ribavirin, which is the drug of choice for now that is being used, and those drugs are available. As Riley mentioned, we know there was an outbreak in Liberia. However, in Sierra Leone, we are I would say we're on top of situation because we have systems in place. Our IPC protocols they are well followed, and we ensure that our peripheral health units are being heightened in terms of their sensitivity. And the Lassa fever units are tasked with the responsibility to ensure that we go through districts when they have in charges meeting to do sensitization, so as to alert our healthcare workers to detect cases early. And because of our proactiveness and the way we have been handling things, even when there's this outbreak in Liberia, we are also, through the Ministry of Health, being able to give support to the Liberia team by even making available ribavirin to them. So this shows, and over the years we've been supporting Liberia also with diagnosis of Lassa fever cases. So in summary, I just tried to summarize the entire activity of the Lassa. Yes, the Lassa fever lab is one of the great public health lab that is part of the whole Central Public Health Reference Lab network that has been set by the Ministry of Health. And it's a dedicated lab for viral hemorrhagic fever. In fact, the first case of Ebola in Sierra Leone was diagnosed in this lab because there was already an existing platform for Lassa fever, and all of these diseases being viral hemorrhagic fever. It's been termed the Center of Excellence because we have the capability not only to do Lassa fever through the routine or traditional PCR. Through our research activities, we also have other diagnostic capability. I mentioned earlier the rapid test kit that is being used. We also have some clinical capability that we look at biochemical analysis of our patients, testings that have been done. And also in the site, we also have what we call a gene sequencing machine to be able to look at samples and be able to do unbiased sequencing to know strains of the different viruses or a strain of the Lassa virus of itself. Currently, what we are seeing, if we compare it to past years, yes, we have reduced number of cases. It could be due to several factors. It could be a tool reduction, right? It could be an impact of the Ebola outbreak, wherein people are kind of still afraid to come to the facility because we all know this was kind of the hotspot for Ebola. And so there are several community work that is being done to ensure that we still go out there to look for cases, because we also believe that there could be cases that are being missed out there. But so that's why we're embarking on widespread sensitization. And obviously that is one thing that calls for much more support, because it takes a lot of resources to do such interventions or such studies. And again, the issue of the high mortality. We see most of our cases that do come in, they do come in late. And when you look at the sequence of events, most of the cases come in they're already bleeding or with neurological features, So, and ribavirin, even though it's the drug being used, it has been shown from a scientific point of view that it's effective at the early stage of the disease. At the late stage, the success rate is really low. This also calls for us that we need to also explore the availability of other potential drugs that will handle Lassa fever other than ribavirin. Febrile illness. It mimics any febrile illness at the start of disease. So most times people confuse it, and that is why Lassa fever should not just be considered as the business of Ministry of Health alone. It's a One Health approach, because we have different components, right? The reservoir being the rodents there, so the Ministry of Agriculture has their own role to play. And also with the issue of drug peddlers all over the place. People, they know once they have fever, they will get paracetamol, they will be beating time there, swallowing pills, and probably they will now think it's something else. They will now go to traditional healers, and so by the time they will really seek health, really go to the health facility where they could be properly, it's most times too late. So I think it's a multi-sectoral approach that we need to use to really get a great success.
The lab separated into two sectors. We get the general lab and the hemorrhagic lab, which is run by Lassa fever administrator. Michael Eagbanki at the work Lassa fever project since 2004 up to present date. Well, I do double role. I've done the work now, the ward as a nurse. I've done the work as IPC for person. The protocol Eboko, all the talk about IPC now, infection prevention and control. When we talk about IPC, more especially the ward what they deal with, the hemorrhagic ward. What I mean by hemorrhagic, anything related with blood. The patient that they treat and Lassa fever patient there, confirmed cases admitted in the Lassa ward. So you no go inside that ward day if you are not fully protected. Extended PPE procedures
infection prevention and control procedures. Okay? As I say, we know they go through the procedure now per se, but like basically, we want for go inside for fully prepared, because you know say now the war front to go. Anything can happen. Well, most of the time, unlike nowadays, but before this time, Bako people they fear for work in a Lassa fever project or Lassa fever ward because of the adverse effects. Where the sickness don't hold somebody, is very fatal. It is possible that during the process of treating you, you might lose your life because of the fatal of the virus, the fatalness of the virus. So, since 2004 up to present date, the focal person, I made a control the in and out of people them where they go inside, and how long they're supposed to take inside the ward. At least not more than 45 minutes, because the PPE itself where they wear is so much get hit that at the moment after that time where I don't schedule, there's a tendency that you may mistake or you suffocate. So because of that, they get time limit when they go inside.
We are here to look at the Lassa fever program, which is a national program based in Kenya. Very recently, we've been hearing about an outbreak of Lassa fever in neighboring Liberia, and this is why we are here to look at what the program is doing to prevent Lassa and to treat Lassa across the country. So we have spoken to Dr. Grant, who is the program manager for Lassa, the Lassa program, and also the DMO for the Kenema District Health Management Team, and he has taken us through, what they are doing in terms of preventing and treating Lassa cases. We have also spoken to the infection prevention control officer in Kenema, and according to what we've got from Dr. Grant, the lab, is a center of excellence by WHO standard, meaning that they are doing a lot compared to other laboratories in the sub-region. And even in the current outbreak in Liberia, they have contributed in no mean measure in giving technical support and even support in terms of materials, and drugs to Liberia. So this is why we are here on the strip, and then we've also visited the lab to see also what they are doing in terms of early detection of cases, because as since the beginning of the year we have about 9 cases, and then looking at the trend from previous years, it seems as if the trend is a bit low compared to other years. But Dr. Grant has told us that it might be as a result of the intervention of the program, or it might also be that a lot of people are even afraid because of the stigma that Kenema had as a result of the Ebola outbreak, since since 2014 to 2015. So maybe they are shy to come, to report cases. But he has also told us that the community is playing, a very great role in trying to, report. The early seeking treatment seeking behavior is also important in Lassa, because the earlier the patients come, the better chance of survival they will have. And also for the drug of choice, which is ivermectin, he has told us that they have adequate supply of ribavirin, which is a drug of choice. What is worry is also that they should have an uninterrupted supply of this drug, because this is the only drug they are using as of now. So these are some of the issues that they raised, and then we are taking note of these ones so that we will be able to look at the challenges and find corrective measures.